Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on to your hats, bitches.
Welcome back to the Game Chat podcast. As always, you got Isaiah, Scott, Diego, and Josh. A little bit later, we're gonna have a special guest, and as always, we're gonna have a slate of NBA, NFL, big NBA trades, some NFL signings, and then we'll get into some UFC, and we'll talk about our Super Bowl predictions a little bit later in the show. How you guys doing this morning?
Doing
Man,
good,
I'm doing amazing.
Couldn't be happier.
That's all right.
Josh, don't lie to me, dude.
Couldn't be happier.
We got a little bit of beef this morning, huh, boys? Are we good
No,
now?
I'm vegan. I don't eat beef.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Are you guys ready or what? Let's do this, guys. We had a crazy week in the NFL. We had a crazy week in NBA. I'm loving it. We're just gonna hop right into it, guys. And I think we start with the NFL here. So we already know that there's been a lot of big people moving around, and some of the people that signed just recently in this past week are DeMarcus Robinson signing back with the Chiefs, and Tyreek Hill seemed to be super happy about it. He tweeted about it on obviously Twitter, right? So he tweeted how ecstatic he was to even bring DeMarcus Robinson back. He was just thanking the Chiefs organization. So I think it's really going to help out downfield, obviously. And they just got 2 new guards, I believe. Yeah, correct.
Mhm.
Anybody? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So got Patrick Mahomes a little bit more time back in that pocket to let those speedy receivers get downfield.
Yeah, speaking of those speedy receivers, you see Tyreek Hill. He didn't want to.
He refused to renegotiate his contract, or to
Restructure it.
restructure it. He said it's my money. He basically said it's my money. Like,
He has a
signed
point.
Yeah,
me-
why would they
they
sign?
signed me
I hate
for a
that
reason.
NFL teams always try to go back on their contract. Hey, you want to restructure after we signed you to all this money?
Yeah.
Let
So-
us give you the money in a different way.
That's what I'm trying to think of, like for like Patrick Mahomes. Are they going to try to do that same shit for him? Because
they already restructured his contract.
Really.
That was the
Team
first
player.
thing. That was the first thing they did was restructure his contract.
Team
Okay.
first. Tyreek ain't team first.
Definitely
Shout out to the
not.
Raiders.
Raiders. Why the Raiders? Just trying to get some kind of plug in there.
Yeah.
And it really is crazy that the receiver core they've built over there, DeMarcus Robinson, Mecole Hardman, and Tyreek Hill, just those speedsters.
Think about it too. They had Sammy Watkins, but now Sammy Watkins is going to be rocking some purple, and he's going to be with the Ravens, getting downfield for Lamar Jackson.
I don't feel like Sammy Watkins played at all last year.
Lamarcus.
Lamarcus, Lamar Jackson, same shit, right?
You think that's enough weapons for Lamar? Just Sammy Watkins,
definitely not.
Hollywood.
No,
They
not
still
at
have
all.
Mark Andrews, but definitely not. He needs better receivers. Like I feel like Sammy Watkins has been passed around to different teams, and
Sammy
Kinda-
Watkins is mid.
he's not the best receiver. So I don't
He's
think it's
good in run blocking. I think that's the biggest reason why they brought him over there is because he's good in run blocking.
They don't have a true wide receiver 1 in Baltimore, which is screwing Lamar.
Well, it's Mark Andrews for sure. He
And
plays
that's not.
tight end.
That shouldn't. Like, you need someone on the outside that's going to get open. Like, if you're got Hollywood Brown who can't catch a football.
Well, yeah, no, that's definitely they have to address that issue in the draft, and maybe they do. Maybe they try to get a receiver. Maybe they move up. That's another big thing we got to talk about too, because the 49ers made a big jump in the draft. Right, they moved all the way up to spot number 3. They ended up trading. Who they trade, Josh? This is your
Trade the
team. I want you to
Dolphins.
take
They
the
gave
floor.
the Dolphins the 12th pick, 2021 third round pick, and then the 2022 and 2023 first round picks. I don't know
Wow.
why the Dolphins proceeded to trade again right after that to move up to 6 and give up another first round pick. I would have just kept.
LSU.
I would have.
Jamar Chase.
I think they
I
want
would
that
have kept
receiver.
the 12th.
They wanna
I
lock him in.
understand that. I would have kept the 12th because there's going to be receivers at 12 that I felt like they could have gotten there, and then you still have that extra first round pick later in I think they gave up the 2023 first round pick and the 12th.
And I agree with that, but the big thing is they don't agree with that. They they obviously have their eyes set on one receiver.
Yeah.
So
So they gave up the 2022 first round pick and the 12th
But the
pick
crazy
in the
thing
sixth.
is, and I don't think they really care about this because they went from getting rid of Laramie Tunzel and they turned it into like 3 first round picks,
Yeah.
all from Laramie Tunzel. So they already thought they got the most amount of value out of it, and might as well just get the players you want and hope that they're there.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the little monument or whatever Laramie Tunzel put on his Instagram?
No, what did he do?
He just
Put a little gas mask or
put
what?
like a gust of or a bust of a bust of
Gas
himself,
mask.
a bust of himself outside the Dolphin Stadium, and it said like it was like a picture of him, Laramie Tunsil, and all the trade packages that everything that he got for or they got for him.
Oh, really? I didn't even see that. Another crazy guy though that we did see go is Deshaun Jackson to the Rams. So Deshaun Jackson ended up going to the Rams, and I think that is a great pickup for them. Uh, Obviously, he's a speedy receiver. I think he holds the record for most like something over 20 yards. Do you guys see
I
that?
think it's the most like it's either 50 or 20. Yeah.
Yeah. But like receptions over 20 yards, I believe it was. And man, this guy can really fly. So I think that's a great signing for the Rams. They already have Bobby Trees. They got Cooper Kupp. So where does Deshaun fit? Does he take that slot role, or does Cooper Kupp's kind of stay in the slot? I think Cooper Kupp stays. I think
it.
Yeah, well,
mix
Deshaun
that
Jackson's
all.
got to stay healthy. He hasn't been healthy in years.
that's really the biggest thing too.
He hasn't played a full season.
Is the health factor. So they kind of got rid of Brandon Cooks, who also had health history, right? So he always would get concussions every single year. And now you bring in Deshaun Jackson, who has health history as well. So the biggest thing for them is obviously keeping him healthy. But I think he will line up on the outside and open that offense up even more. And I think we see a huge year from Cam Akers. I'm going to call it right now.
Yeah, I think they just mix him around. I think they know that he has the health issues, so he's gonna be in and out of different plays because they got some receivers now. They
Yeah,
can play
they look good.
everywhere.
They look
Are we
good.
allowed to
And the
talk
quarterback-
fantasy here at all?
Yeah, of course.
Because man, that messes with fantasy stuff so much, man. You
Oh,
can't
absolutely.
support 3 receivers on one
Absolutely.
team. They tried to do it
Oh,
one year
man.
with the Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. They all went like top 5 rounds one year, and it just
Cooper
can't
Kupp
support 3 receivers.
always is the best in fantasy, dude. Let me tell you, I get some dubs in fantasy. Scott knows, dude. He been taking some L's.
2 girlies,
Uh,
1 cup. 2
I
girlies,
just
1
want
cup.
I just want to go ahead and say something. You guys are looking at the fantasy football champ,
Oh,
so I don't know
Jesus.
what Diego is talking about because I ended up winning our fantasy football league.
I do
So
want to
I'm
point
just
out.
throw that out there.
I do want to point out that the Rams made a lot of moves in the last 7 days that jumped them from like 20 million over the cap to 10 million under.
Yeah, that's really
I
good.
don't know the extent of all those moves. There's only one team that's over cap right now, and that's the Buccaneers.
Saints got below the cap already.
Yeah, they're only 1 million
That's
below.
crazy.
But the Buccaneers are now 1 million over, which 1 million you can restructure that in a heartbeat. But yeah, I mean the biggest one is the Rams jumping from 20 million over to 10 million under. That's a $30 million difference. That's basically, I think that's all with the Brockers. Most of it's probably the Brockers trade to the Lions, and when that became official.
And the Bucks, speaking of the Bucks, man, returned all 22 starters.
Yep, that's huge.
I think
I
it
think
was the first Super Bowl winner to do that since like it was like 78 or something like that.
I think the 49ers have like all but 1 or 2. I think one would be
They weren't the Super Bowl winners.
Well, with Richard Sherman. But D Ford restructuring his contract opened up another $11 million, and he just wanted to stay in San Francisco because he wouldn't have gotten signed anywhere else. So might as well take that big of a pay cut.
Well, I think that's what we're seeing a lot of people do, not necessarily being about like, we already know that the salary cap has been reduced. So obviously, just like we were talking about last week, these people are betting on themselves and kind of just taking that risk because we saw Juju sign with the Steelers, which I think we did cover last week. But he's just betting on himself. He signed for that 8.25
the
$1 million salary. So try to get that bigger contract in 2021.
So like the predicted jump in the cap for next year. So this year it's 182.5 million. So 2022 it's predicted to be 203 million. Then you have 2023 predicted to be 225 million, and 2024 predicted to be 256 million.
Jesus
I mean
Christ.
that jump, the amount of money that people are going to start getting.
It's making me want to throw on a jersey and try out for a team.
I mean, next
I'll
year,
be a punter. I don't care.
20 million extra $20 million in cap next year is going to be huge, especially for all the guys that are betting on themselves and who have a good season. But then if it jumps up another 20, $30 million, those contracts are going to start looking a lot more like Patrick Mahomes contracts.
It really is. He kind of broke the cement on that one and kind of just paved the way for everybody else. Now everyone's contracts are going to be
The
based
quarterback
around his.
quarterback and DN contracts are going to be ridiculous because the DNs are the second. I mean, left tackles, DNs, and quarterbacks are the 3 highest paid players in the NFL.
Really? So where do wide receivers rank on that list?
Wide receivers, I think, are pretty low.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know the franchise hit for receivers like 15.6 million or something like that, so can't be too high.
That was a good buddy talk.
I'm looking at.
Speaking about fantasy, you guys
Okay.
see Josh Jacobs gonna lose some numbers when they got Kenyon Drake now.
We talked about that last
Man.
week.
That's very true. Dang. So are you still gonna take him in the first round like you were saying?
You talking about in
mean-
Dynasty first round?
Hell. no.
Yes, I'm gonna pick him up. No one trade
No,
in front of
you're
me.
not.
Hey, I do want to talk about Marshawn Lattimore, or from the Saints. Did you see what happened to him?
Yeah, you got arrested.
Arrested for loaded and stolen guns. That's a
Yeah.
felony.
Yeah. So I think he kind of got screwed over because I didn't read the exact story, but I saw that he was in possession of it, like he had got it from somebody. I think someone might have sold it to him, and it might have been illegal. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe you guys got the actual facts on it.
I got the report right here.
Read that. Let me hear it.
Never
Let me
mind,
hear it.
That's the Fournette report. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay. Just
Whoa,
kidding,
how
guys.
you
We're
got
gonna
all
go
these
back
right
to
It's right here.
Got all these police
Okay,
reports.
so cornerback was arrested Thursday night in his hometown for possessing a loaded handgun that was believed to be stolen. That's a 4th-degree felony. He was expected to be released yesterday on a bond that was $5,000.
Oh, I thought you meant release from prison. I thought you meant release from the
he's doing a
Saints.
hard time.
No, he's released from where he was. Yeah. So I mean, he's released, but what does that do? What is this? What's the Saints' take on that? I mean, as soon as someone gets arrested, that's going to change a way of like a team looks at a player. I think.
I don't
Wait,
think
did
they care.
you said the Saints released him
No. He got
Oh.
released from jail.
from the jail? Got you. I was like, let me hear that.
Nothing will happen from it.
Yeah, I
He's
was gonna say
number
honestly, I
one.
don't think teams even care, man. The NFL will hand down its
I
punishment,
think-
and then the
Well, did
Saints
you see
will roll
the
with that.
thing with Chase Claypool too?
Oh, the bar fight or whatever.
The bar fight too, where he kicked a dude in
Chase
the head.
Claypool, yeah.
Yeah, he kicked the dude in the head. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
what any repercussions that has come from that. All I saw was the video and I haven't heard anything since.
And you know what? I don't
Chase
think
Claypool?
nothing. Yeah, not Chase Claypool got in a fight outside of a bar. And also Dallas Goddard, he got slept. You see that video that
Yeah.
went around?
What?
He got slept. He was inside of a bar and someone just came up and sucker punched him, put him to sleep.
And then
Uh,
former 49ers defensive tackle was arrested for second-degree assault for beating a man in a hotel.
What's going on here?
There's a lot of violence going on.
This
But,
is in the
I
last
see.
seven. This is in the
I see.
last 7 days.
I see a
Last
lot of
7
future
days.
Raiders.
There we go. There it is. But no, that's really the thing. I don't think any of these guys take that repercussion unless it's like domestic violence or that stuff. Like they're actually like.
I also think it
abusing-
depends on the team and the player standing with that team. Marshawn
sure.
Lattimore is the top corner in the league.
which
He's
is
24
not
years
how
old.
it should be.
It's not, but-
yes.
It should be even across the board. If someone does something, and then it should be even across the board.
Also, the Vikings, they signed Xavier Woods. So, hey, our defense, I'm going to say right now, I'm taking that bold prediction here. We're going to be a top 10 defense 100%. I would
Oh
bet money on that.
God,
I would bet money on it. Top 10, bro. Top 10. I
you're
would bet
lying.
money.
You don't believe that.
Yeah, we also brought
Water
back
bet.
Mackenzie Alexander.
Water bet.
I'll bet. I'll do it.
All right, what do we
Let's
do?
it.
What are we betting? Top 10 yards allowed.
10, what do you
points
mean?
allowed.
Just
what
a
are we
top
betting?
10 defense. Whenever you check that fantasy app, it's going to
That's so
say
broad.
top 10.
That's such a
Yeah, I
broad.
was gonna say it's
It's
fantasy.
broad.
No, I'm not gonna do fantasy.
Hey, I'm
Top
just-
10 points allowed or yards allowed or something.
Okay, let's do top 10 yard or points allowed because they got a good red zone defense.
Water
Points
bet.
allowed.
Water bet. You heard it here first.
Oh man,
All right,
they,
and
better-
Game chat.
Hey,
they probably will just because they're gonna be running the ball like crazy with Dalvin Cook and their time in possession.
hey,
is
we
gonna be
shook. You
insane.
got to be dumping water on that head
Whatever
pretty
it is,
soon.
what it is.
All right, did you guys watch Zach Wilson's pro day or any highlights of
Yeah,
it?
and I do want to bring something up because Zach Wilson killed it, and I did see someone in the background. I was peeping. I was looking around, and I was like, "Who is that back there?" I seen a Vikings mask.
They had
I was
okay.
like-
You
I
realize
was
there
like,
was
"Oh, that's
31 of 32 NFL teams were at his pro day.
But guess what? Guess what? Listen to this. Listen to this. I was peeping. I was like, hey, who's that in the background? I was like, oh shoot, that's Rick Spielman. I was like, my boy Rick Spielman's over there. And we've been making a lot of moves in this free agency kind of.
The Jets aren't giving up that second pick.
I think, hey, we just trade the house and bring Zach Wilson to the Minnesota Vikings. And
I don't see the Jets giving up that pick. I don't. Like, there's no, like, the Niners, if the Niners couldn't get it done, then I don't see the Jets.
The Niners didn't mess with them. Maybe they didn't even talk to him. Maybe the Dolphins came to the Niners.
The Jets talked to every team in the top 5 except for the Jaguars.
Vikings are in the top 5.
And I don't see, like, there's no way after that pro day and some of the throws he was making, I don't see the Jets not taking him second overall. I mean, no one's better than Trevor Lawrence, but I think Zach Wilson's very much could be NFL ready by the time the season starts. Making a lot of good throws. He's got a big arm. He can move. I see him. He's definitely not Patrick Mahomes, but he's got similar traits to him.
Whoa! Did you just compare this man to Patrick Mahomes?
I said similar traits.
Whoa, man, take it back a notch.
You could read any report; it's going to say the same.
That's what
same thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's frustrating.
Everyone, you know, he's how tall do you think he is?
6'2", 6'4", I think. No, he's 6'4".
He's 6'3". He's bigger than Dak Prescott.
Who?
Zach Wilson. He looks on tape. He looks 5'11".
I don't even think
leave that man alone, bro.
He can't even hold Jamarcus Russell's jockstrap.
My God.
Well, speaking of quarterbacks, we did see actually a former 49ers quarterback sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars. CJ Beathard, or Beathard, however you want to say it, right? So is this the end of Gardner Minshew? Where does he go? Do we have an idea for him?
I think he's going to go back up somewhere. Now there were a lot of reports, and I was even seeing it. The Niners were going to trade for him, but I think with the Niners moving up to number 3, there's no way they're going to go pick up a quarterback, and that's already on a team or in free agency. What'd you say?
He would definitely be an upgrade from Garoppolo.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That also CJ Beathard going to Jacksonville. That ends an 8-year straight streak of the George Kittle and Beathard playing on the same team. They were teammates in Iowa.
Man. You love to see it.
I think Minshew's going to be the best backup in all the league.
Or Trubisky backing up Josh Allen?
I'll go Minshew over Trubisky.
But I'm trying to figure out where would
Minshew
go? Like what team needs a backup quarterback?
Anywhere. He could
Raiders.
go back up.
Anybody that drafts a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Raiders got Mariota. Maybe backup Urbe.
Herbert.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I showed you yesterday. It's Urbe.
Not Urbe, bro. Okay, if you guys are watching this podcast right now, I want you guys to go down to the comments, just scroll down, pause this video. Is it Herbert or is it Urbe? Because
if you
this man, Isaiah
in French.
believes,
the man is French. It is in French. It is pronounced Urbe.
Why do they never say Urbe then? Whenever they
because people don't know, man. People don't know.
You know, right?
I do.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're right. I would love for
or it's Air Bear. I can't remember. It's either Air
or it's
Bear or Bear.
Bro, come on, you don't even know.
Hey,
you don't even know.
Hey, I do want to. I just came across a report from Corey Davis saying even with the Jets likely to pick a quarterback number 2, he believes and he is very positive that Sam Darnold's going to be the starter in 2021.
They said they reassured him that Sam Darnold will be the quarterback.
Bro, well, that's what I'm saying, dude. The Vikings are going to move up.
Oh, my God.
And Zach Wilson is going to be throwing that ball in some purple and gold. I'm telling you guys.
No way. The Jets aren't going to give the second pick.
Woo! Hey, I'm going to be hyped whenever this happens. I'm going to go back to this tape. I'm going to be posting it everywhere. You guys are going to see it.
They'll trade Sam Darnold next
Remember
season.
it. Remember
the thing is, they could literally do what Fitzpatrick did. He's in the final year of his rookie contract.
Fitzpatrick.
What the Dolphins did with him is they draft Zach Wilson 2 overall. Sam Darnold starts half the season, then boom, boot him. Zach Wilson's in.
Whoa.
They're running because they're going to be running the same offense the Niners are running because they brought the entire coaching staff. The running back. They just signed Tevin Coleman, and I'm assuming they'll end up either drafting one. And then they have who was a Pirine? Was the
Michael Pirine?
Michael Pirine. So they have Tevin Coleman and Pirine running back. They just got Corey Davis. They have Crowder still. They have a good receiving core.
Anybody heard anything from Le'Veon Bell, where is he at? He's not with the Chiefs anymore, right?
No, he's a free
He
agent.
signed a 1-year deal.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Hey,
Yeah,
breaking
so
news here on the Game Chat
I haven't heard
podcast. It's
anything.
officially official.
haven't
NFL doing
seen
17 game
AB.
season.
Wait,
17
Isaiah,
game
what did you
season.
say?
Breaking news: 17 game season. It's officially official next year.
Really?
Oh, breaking
Nice.
news. You got to hear it first, Isaiah. Never mind, not first, but last. I don't know. But anyway, I saw someone. What? It's like a 40. Oh, Trent Williams was like, San Francisco is gonna be booming, which is that an AB reference?
He was trying to recruit AB to San Francisco. I don't know.
I think AB tries to resign with the Bucks. Honestly,
I think he does too. The Niners also just signed Mohamed Sanu to be probably a wide receiver 3 or just more like a veteran mentor to the young guys because the Niner receiving core is all the 2 starters are first and second year receivers.
Number 1 over there now. Ayuk or Debo.
I think Ayuk is number 1 on the outside because Debo's going to be more of that receiver that's going to be he gets carries like he gets handed the ball. He runs through.
Ayuk was that when Debo was out last year. Ayuk was that too.
And the Niners
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a lot of mix because we also like Jalen Hurd. I would love to see him play. When he was a rookie in camp, all the reporters that were at the camp said that Jalen Hurd was the best player on the field. He's like a 6'5", 240-pound receiver. He's big, and even in the watching the preseason games, him against Dallas was huge. And then he had the back injury, and then he tore his ACL last year in camp. So I would love to see him get a season in, see what he could do. He's built like a tight end, but runs like a receiver. So it's a lot like Kyle Pitts, in my opinion.
I love that. But switching to the NFL, let's go to the NBA. Switching from the NFL to NBA, what you guys think about that? The Nets now picking up that
Bro,
dude.
the Nets are OP. You just got to give them the ring right now. Honestly, it's over. Like they just signed. So now their starting 5 is Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, and now LaMarcus Aldridge. That is like literally an all-star team like 3, 4, 5 years ago, right? So they are, man, they're looking good. I just think who can beat them? Honestly, I don't even think a healthy LeBron and AD can mess with this team. Like, there's just no chance unless like something crazy happens. I mean, it's the NBA; anything can happen. But
it's like March Madness, dude. Anything could happen.
But I think Nets take it. Honestly, Nets are gonna win.
The only reason why I say it might not happen, call me crazy. KD's one of the best scorers of all time.
Don't do it, dude.
I feel like KD showing up, man.
Bro, don't do it.
It takes the ball out of James Harden's hand, and James Harden is just balling right now.
Bro, James Harden is my front runner for MVP. I know our answers have been changing every single week, but we have to adjust with like what's going on in the NBA. And this man is dropping like 44 points, 17 assists. Like this guy is doing it all every single night. I think it's hard, listen to this. I think it is hard. I don't think Kevin Durant comes and takes that ball out of his hands. I think obviously we let Kyrie and James Harden be the primary ball handlers, and KD just kind of looks for his shots, you know, especially coming off an Achilles injury. I don't expect him to come out here and be playing fully aggressive like that. And Achilles injuries are no joke. So I think whenever he comes back, kind of let James Harden keep doing what he's been doing because he's been running so smoothly. I don't think you come and let KD kind of take over. I think
that's the hard part with putting that many superstars on one team. I think the reason why LeBron and AD work so well is that AD doesn't need the ball to score every single time. He doesn't need the ball in his hand every possession. Like LeBron can take priority over there, and then AD can be down low. But with you got Kyrie, Harden, and KD all on one team, all those guys are scorers. They need the ball in their hand.
Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Like all of
that's
those
an
guys,
all-star team, bro. Imagine 5 years ago if you said that all these players are on the same team.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But if KD's just like Harden and KD, they need the ball in their hands to perform. They do. And KD running around, I don't think he's going to enjoy just trying to find shots. Like he likes having the ball in his hand, making plays happen, opening up the floor the same way Harden does.
The thing is with that though, like I agree. But KD's already won a ring. Like he's already been there. He's done it. Like, you know, I think he is just going to kind of chill a little bit, like going auto drive.
The best thing about KD is when the offense is stagnant, they can give him the ball on the high post and then let him go to work.
Bro, this man, Kevin Durant, is one of the most purest scorers the league has ever seen, ever. Pure scorer. He can score at all three levels. I think like it's just so hard to beat this Nets team. I don't know what happens, but it obviously is going to work because it doesn't matter who has that ball, they can score. Like we were talking about with Blake Griffin being on that team. Blake got there and dropped 17 points versus the Pistons, and got his first dunk since 2019. And he's lighting it up, yelling on the sidelines, "I still got it! I still got it!" Staring down like all of his former teammates. And actually, him and Isaiah Stewart got in a little fight there.
Yeah, man, he was getting a little too chippy for me, so I had
You got to
show him
give him a
what it
little
is,
bow.
you know
Throw the bow in his face real quick.
Does so Victor Oladipo went to the Heat. Does that make the
Depot's on
Heat
the
the second best contender in the
Yeah,
in the
it
East?
does. It does. 100%. You got Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, now Oladipo whenever he kind of fits into that role there and kind of meshes with that team. Plus you got Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. You got a lot of good pieces over there. I do like their point guard. Who's their point guard?
Kendrick Nunn and Goran Dragic.
Yeah, Kendrick Nunn's very good as well. I think they've got a solid team over there, you guys. Goran Dragic, we know he's going to perform. Would have been a lot better to see him in the finals last year without getting hurt. I think that would have made it a little bit more interesting. But I like that team. And who knows if Embiid is going to be 100% healthy whenever he does come back, right? He kind of deals with a lot of injuries already. So
he's just too big, man.
Yeah, big man. But also, speaking of that, we have Vucevic. Speaking of big men, right? So Nikola Vucevic goes to the Chicago Bulls, and the Magic, they completely go into rebuild mode. Also trading Aaron Gordon to the Denver Nuggets, right? So Magic are in rebuild mode, guys. It's not like they've been doing very good anyway. So they're like, let's just clean house. None of the players were happy there. They just wanted to kind of restart. So a lot of big moves.
Everyone. Aaron Gordon to the Nuggets, Evan Fournier to the Celtics.
Yep. But I love the Nuggets now. I love how that team is looking. Jamal Murray, you got MPJ, Aaron Gordon, and Joker, right?
Yeah,
so that's a solid four to build around. You got to get a shooting guard over there, but man, they look good. Yeah, I'm excited to see that team develop.
Especially having another big man there will help Joker a lot.
Because
he'll be able to do so much now. Back to the basket up top. Best passing big man the league has ever seen.
100%. And this man Joker leads the Nuggets in every single category, which is crazy. He's first in every rebounds, assists, scoring, field goal percentage, every single thing. Everything you can think of, he leads that team. So it's going to be nice for him to get some extra help. He definitely needed it. But yeah, guys. And then we also have JJ Reddick going to the Mavericks. Do you think they get better from that?
I think he steps in instantly to that Seth Curry role that Seth had last year. Running off screens, a lot of off-ball movement. JJ Reddick he's done his whole career. He's one of the best off-ball movers in the history of the league. So,
and I believe his stat.
Help Luka a lot.
Yeah, I believe his stat is still standing. He's never missed the playoffs in his career. I remember he told this to Zion whenever he went to New Orleans the prior year. He told Zion, hey, we can't miss playoffs. I made playoffs every single year. And I believe they did make playoffs last year, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think last year was that year that broke
bubble, lost in the bubble, right?
Yeah. That could be wrong then. So maybe JJ Redick, his streak ended. But I do think that he brings a solid shooter. Like he's a great shooter, obviously, right? That's kind of what his whole career is built around. I think he's a great piece for Luka to kind of open up the floor.
Yep.
Find that extra shooter. And Kristaps Porzingis has been playing a lot better as well. So I think that they're starting to kind of mesh over there. But one last piece I want to touch on is Kyle Lowry stayed in the sixth.
Yeah, I think what's his name? The owner over there, Cali Utri. What is his name?
Scott, you're like mad frozen, dog.
Yeah, Scott, you're frozen. What happened?
Oh, there you are.
Oh, I'm frozen?
You're fixed now.
You're good.
Oh, did you guys hear any of that?
Yeah.
We ended off like with you saying Kyle Lowry stayed in the sixth, and that was it.
Oh, well, yeah, he stayed in the sixth.
I think the package that they wanted for him was just too much for a 1-year rental because nobody knew if he was going to resign again.
Yeah,
so
no.
it was too much for a 1-year rental. I think they were asking like from Miami. They wanted Tyler Hero. Miami has a love affair with Tyler Hero, and they're never going to trade him. So.
Never. Especially because I think Jimmy Butler is a huge fan of him as well. Jimmy Butler's always hyping that dude up. So I think they got to make all their other players happy as well. I don't think that any of the other players wanted to see Tyler leave.
And then also Andre Drummond, he's narrowed his list down to the Celtics, I believe, and the Lakers for his buyout candidates.
I feel like Lakers have to jump all over this because if they want a chance to beat the Nets, they need to get as many pieces as possible, and this seems like their last chance here to get anybody. Yeah. So they have to jump on it, bring him in there. But yeah, guys, there's gonna be a lot of great things happening next week too, so I'm super excited for it. But I want to hop into the UFC fights really quickly. We watched them last night. Some of you guys might have, and yeah, so UFC, we have a new champion, right? New heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou. This man is going to be champion for a long time, I believe. So Francis Ngannou is the new champ, and we also had Sean O'Malley win a fight. Tyron Woodley did you watch the fight, Diego? Yeah?
Man, yes, sir.
Man, dude, Tyron Woodley, I legit thought he was going to win. He started out so strong in that fight, right? And then Vicente Luque came out of nowhere, rocked this man. He rocked him bad, bro. I'm surprised I didn't stop it earlier, honestly, because the way Tyron Woodley was reacting, he was falling all over the place, and I legit thought it was over. But
you wanted to take him out.
Yeah, and it did end. It did end, like he still put him away. But
it was fight of the night. It was the only fight of the night.
Really? I thought Sean O'Malley's would have been. He must have got performance of the night, maybe.
Maybe. I just saw fight of the night. I saw Woodley versus Luque.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sean O'Malley got performance of the night. Sean O'Malley looked really good.
Dude, he did the walk-off twice in one fight.
And what? But you can't do the walk-off. He should have finished it, though. You can't do the walk-off and not get the fight called.
Bam, Isaiah, you got to look up that highlight, bro.
Yeah,
Sugar Sean. Welcome to the Sugar Show.
Oh, and then he hit that step back, fade away, that little 3. Knockout, yeah.
But let me tell you, Francis Ngannou is going to be a good champ, but John Jones is going to take that throne everywhere you go. GOAT.
Water bet. I want to do a water bet.
You guys want a water bet?
I bet you.
Guy in the orange.
Guy in the
water
orange.
Bet.
Guy in the orange.
Guy in the blue. Water bet. What you think? Me and Scott should do a water bet?
Yeah, I think we do a water bet. Damn, is this 2 water bets in one episode? I got a water bet that the Vikings are going to be a top 10 defense, and now I'm taking a water bet that Francis Ngannou beats John Jones. Francis Ngannou is too big for this man. I'm telling you guys. Did you see what he did to Alistair Overeem?
Did you see what Derek Lewis did to Francis Ngannou?
Bro, come on.
John Jones will whoop.
You know what's crazy is Francis Ngannou has not even been fighting that long. His experience is not even that. Bro, he looks so much better when he went up against Stipe. What can John Jones do to beat this man? Hey, I'm shaking on it right now. Let's shake. It's over. Done. You're going to be dumping water on that head pretty soon. You're dumping water on that head soon. John Jones.
When is that fight?
You know what? You know what's going to happen, actually?
Made it yet.
You know what's going to happen, actually? This is what's going to happen. So, Francis Ngannou is going to beat John Jones. Now, Israel Adesanya and John Jones are both coming off a loss. Now they fight each other. It's going to happen because they already had that beef anyways. So I see Ngannou losing to John Jones, and then that fight happens. Israel Adesanya, I believe he wants Darren Till, or he's going to fight the guy that Darren Till is fighting right now. Who is it?
I don't know if John Jones is gonna go back to light heavyweight. He's trying to get to like 250 to fight Francis.
He's gonna be so slow. He's gonna be so slow.
From
His movement's gonna be
205 to 250.
His movement's going to be so bad.
Yeah,
that's why I think he gets rocked. He's not gonna be able to stay away from him, and especially in a smaller octagon. It'd be different, but all right. But we do have a special guest, which I'm going to let Isaiah introduce. Just be like,
we mentioned earlier that we were going to have a special guest on today. His name, Michael Ferguson, owner, CEO, founder, and operator of Rated Rips. It is a card community. If you guys are familiar with the card community, is just going absolutely insane right now. You got me right here, the one only Ferg. Got me this Justin Herbert, Joshua Kelly, dual RPA, 1 of 2. This baby right here can be worth a crazy amount of money in the coming years. So
how much?
I got to only shout out to Ferg.
Flex it, bro. Put it out there. How much?
Right now, I could probably get an easy 5 racks for it, but I'm trying to hold on to it till it gets up to around 20
For Urbe,
Okay.
for
For
Urbe.
Urbe, yeah, don't call him Herbert, bro.
My bad.
That's a crazy card, honestly. I really hope that value skyrockets for you because man, what a
I'm
pool.
hoping for it.
A duel. I've never even seen a dual card before that one.
There's
Joshua
some crazy
Kelly
ones,
and
man.
Herbert.
There's some crazy ones.
Man, now imagine if they become the future of the Chargers and they just run that organization for the next 10 years, right?
Get off
That card would be insane.
Get who up out of there?
Nice to have you on, man. So without any further ado, we got my boy Ferg on here. Like I said, owner, operator, CEO, founder, Rated Rips, Investo King server. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. Tired from last night, but I'm
up
up and alive. The day's good, right?
Up late last night.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
So we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the hobby, how Rated Rips got started, how you got into it, because we know you transitioned from you got your degree right and became a CPA and all that. And then
yeah. So
right?
I born and raised in Canton, Ohio, and then went to Mount Union, got my accounting degree, and then started as an internship at an accounting firm, got my CPA degree and everything. And then I don't know, I've always collected cards for a long time, like as a kid growing up, just like a lot of people did, collectibles, memorabilia. And then, as I said, went to college, kind of got out of it. You get busy, you get a job, you're studying and everything else. And then I don't know, the cards kind of came back around. I started seeing some of the people that I follow on Twitter and Instagram talking about it, some of the people that I usually follow the trends that they talk about. And I saw there was big money in it. And I started seeing the box breaks, and I'd never heard about that as a kid. And then I learned box breaks been around for like 60 years, but I'm like, I can do this thing. I'm going to give it a try just for some little side hustle income. Everybody loves some extra income, right?
Yeah,
100%.
And it means more when you're making your own money. It's different than when you work at 8 to 5 and 9 to 5 when you come home and you make a couple extra $100 at night.
Exactly. So you
9 o'clock.
you can afford to stay up that late like you did last night and kind of just do your own thing. You're not on a schedule. You can kind of just
for sure. And then it started growing and tremendously. I mean, even from when I first started, breaks were selling out in like 2 minutes. And I'm like, this is nuts. Like, this can't be normal. Yeah, and then it ended up being the norm for me. And the money made sense. Sat down with Michaela. And it's a dream of, I think, of most people to own your own business and do your own thing, make your own schedule and everything. So it's been great, though. I mean, I never would have imagined when I left that I would have built the community that we have. I get messages every day about like, hey, man, like, you changed my life. Like, it's been tough the last year for people with COVID and everything. And they're like, I can tune into your live streams and interact with people and positive vibes and everything else. And honestly, that's what it's all about now for me. Like, you can ask Michaela, I barely even look at what we make on a nightly basis. It's just like, it's interaction. It's a big community. I'm trying to build this thing and keep pushing the hobby as much as possible.
Yeah. And that's one of the things.
Say that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Isaiah.
My friend Julian, the Juju Beans, I think you've seen him in the live a couple of times. He comments every once
in a while. Yeah.
He's never bought into a break, but he says he joins every day just because of the entertainment. He says he doesn't know what it is. He just loves it. He does no idea what it is, but he just watches it every night for hours on end.
For sure.
And that's one of the crazy things that I noticed too, is like just how engaged your community is. Like we were watching it last night. You happen to pull some burros and they're throwing burritos in the chat. You know, like you guys got your own little like lingo over there, like, right? You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're super involved and engaged. So, and I think a lot of that is because of you. So I think that like if you keep this going, man, I see big things in your future, especially with how everything's going now.
I appreciate that big time. It means a lot to hear that from you, but it's a community, man. It's not just me. The community makes Rated Rips what it is. It's all those guys that it's exactly what you said. They come in every night and they interact with each other. Mm-hmm. You jump in a lot of other break rooms and there's good breakers out there, but sometimes the chat is nobody's really interacting. They're not happy for each other. They're kind of like, oh shit, I wish I would have bought that box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you see it in our stream, somebody hits a big box and everybody goes nuts. They're happy for each other.
You got the volcanoes going everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love
it. I think you picked like the perfect time to like start it. I think with just everything going on. I mean, most people during COVID, I went in and out of like unemployment, like back and forth
Right.
with work. You know, I live in LA and I'm a restaurant worker, like
Sure.
trying to pursue a career in the entertainment industry. So it's one of those things where like I didn't have like the steady job. So it was in and out, and there was also trying to find something to do consistently. That's kind of what led us to do this, was just talking to Diego and Scott basically every day through COVID. And it was like, we need to find something to do. It's like the same thing. You have a hobby, you have a passion. It's never about the money, I don't think. And if you build the right community, that's just what's going to keep you going, keep you happy. And then if you can just drive the audience in the right way, do the breaks properly, have fun, laugh, you know, it doesn't, people will never care. People will never really care. It's just a matter of having fun and like have a sense of relief in a time of like kind of just some shitty things going on. And even still, like, we're still stuck in a pandemic, and you're booming right now. And it's still fairly new. At May of 2020 is when you started.
For sure.
That's crazy if you have like, you know, the following, the commitment of people. Like it's
it is. No, and you make a really good point about when you follow something you're passionate about, it's not about the money. You just put everything you have into it. The money kind of follows after that. People that chase money, they just go down the wrong route, and I think it turns a lot of people off.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and you can tell when you're being authentic and when you're in it for the money. Then I think your audience can see that for sure as well. But I did have a big question for you. I want to know what your most valuable card is, or like your favorite card you pulled, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, just the other night we pulled that Justin Herbert downtown, which is a pretty big hit. I think the PSA 10's going for like 10,000.
Wow.
That was out of a $10 pack. Wow. So that's also how I look at it too. Like, a lot of people buy these big hobby boxes, and I mean, sometimes it's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for somebody to get into one, but it's different when you get that ROI on a $10 pack and you get a $10,000 card instead of spending $3,000 to get it, right? So that was huge. And then in that same break, the dude hit two other Herberts that comped pretty close to the same.
Wow.
Not the same, but over $1,000 as well. So it was really awesome to see that. I'm trying to think.
I forget
what
who
else
pulled that one. Did they decide whether or not to send it over to AJ, try to get it signed by him?
He's keeping it. He's keeping all three.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision.
So just to reference kind of Isaiah said AJ. So AJ Dillon is actually a pretty frequent viewer in your live streams, yeah?
Yeah, AJ's awesome, man. Dude is super humble, and he's kind of just like any other collector, right? Like, you see some of these big time athletes that go in these live streams and just buy box after box after box, and I'm sure they're telling the breakers like, yo, don't ship me the shitty stuff. Like, just, I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on here, my fault.
By all means.
But they're probably like, yeah, just ship me the big hits. And AJ's like over there excuse me, selling all his base cards and everything else, interacting with the whole community. He doesn't come on and just talk to me. He talks to everybody.
Yeah, because I was talking to him the other day on the stream as well. But I want to go over one thing. What's his obsession with taking the Jets? He wants this one player. Who is it?
Yeah, James Morgan, man. He wants James Morgan because he knows in our live streams I sign all the James Morgan cards. God forbid James Morgan ever sees this, but it's not your fault, James, man. It's Panini for putting you in their product as much as they do.
Hey, I'm trying to get that Ferg signature too, man.
Dude, that's the other thing, man. It's like mind blowing to me. People have me sign cards. Like, I never would have thought leaving work I'd be signing autographs in my basement.
I got an empty spot on my shelf. I'm trying to get your name up there.
I'll get you one for sure, man. I'm down for sure.
In terms of like getting, like, how was it getting started? Like, getting all the boxes to do the breaks. Like, how did you have to like maneuver through to make that happen?
It's actually a funny question you asked that, because honestly, I'm still almost in the same spot. Just have more capital now. We don't have a shop. So to get a Panini direct account, you have to have a brick and mortar. You have to have a storefront. So I don't get any direct allocations from Panini. We also haven't had any distributor accounts since we started until about a month ago. We opened one, but we haven't got any product from the distributor because you have to build allocations long term. And of course, there's been people that have been in this hobby or industry, whatever you want to call it, for years, 20, 30, 40 years. And they've been spending thousands with these distributors. So it's very hard for anybody to enter the market. So when we started, I was getting some product at Walmart and Target, and now that's pretty much impossible now. I mean, nobody gets that unless you pretty much have a back door or you wait there for 8 hours in the morning, which for me, like that's too much time for me. I can't sit at a store 4 or 5 hours for a couple to split some boxes with people.
Yeah.
So what I try to do is I'll try to buy off the people in the community, people that I know that get retail consistently, or they get lucky and they get hobby boxes on Panini's website and they're just trying to resell them. That allows me to put money back in my community's hands. And that is always my top priority, is to help everybody that supports Rated Rips. Because if I can buy off those people and get them some extra profit, I mean, that's good for everybody all around. And then outside of that, I just kind of buy on Instagram, Facebook. I try to avoid eBay. There's a lot of shady stuff that goes down on eBay. And then there's some big distributors online that you can buy off of. But for us, it's pretty much a process for me. Every week, I price out all the inventory. It's a 2 to 3 hour process, and then check across about the 10 to 12 people I buy from. Whoever has the best price, that's just who I buy it off of.
Gotcha.
We're trying to find a more consistent way. It's tough to enter the aspect of getting product right. Everybody wants it.
Yeah, that's like the hardest thing is when something becomes so popular, just trying to work your way into it just takes 1,000 more steps than the
and capital. You have to have a lot of capital to I personally think it's gonna be tough for a lot. And I don't mean to sound like showboat or hype myself up, but I think it's gonna be tough for a lot of breakers with where these prices are getting to be able to sit on inventory to break every night. Because like I think last night I went through $8,000 to $9,000 in product. Bro. And now everybody's gonna want to break again tonight. And like luckily we have that capital and we're blessed to have that. But like if you're a breaker and you have one big night that you don't expect, your inventory is wiped out. And then people are going to leave you if they want to break again, and they go find somebody else. It's such a key component.
You got to hype yourself up, man, because you deserve it. Hype yourself up. You deserve all that credit, bro. Bro, and that's the thing I wanted to say as well, is like, you rip consistently. Like, you are always on to the next one, on to the next one. I see your lives, and you're live for like 5 hours. Sometimes it seems like, like you're always ripping, which is crazy. So I was always wondering that, like, how does he have so much inventory? But thanks for covering all that. That's Facebook.
Yeah, I was at work last night, and it was like every like 15, 20 minutes, my phone was buzzing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? New post. I go run to the bathroom, like, oh, another one's going on.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm humbled though. I mean, I try to stay as humble as possible and give it all back to the community, because that's truly what it is. I mean, we're not possible without the people that buy in.
Big time. Very true. Big time.
And I just got started into this. Isaiah and Scott just been putting a bug in my ear to start watching you. But I'm a fresh beginner at this. So like, how can like a beginner like get started, or what do you say to people like you want to like try doing this or?
Yeah, so it's all it kind of all depends on what you want. If you want to break, if you want to collect, if you want to do a little bit of both. Breaking, there's a lot that goes into breaking behind the scenes that people don't see: sorting, shipping, getting the product. I mean, you see it, but you don't really. But it's possible, and I tell everybody that. Most breakers are going to say like, oh, don't do it, it's too saturated. Like, no, you can't do it, the market's too heavy. Right? You can, anybody can, but I mean, it's tough, it's a lot of work. I couldn't do 2 jobs at once. But for collecting, I think one of the best things is just hop into like the Rated Rips Instagram live streams at night. You can learn so much information, not just from me, the whole community. Like, everybody is so helpful in there. You can ask, there's no stupid questions. Ask any questions in there. Do research before you buy anything though. There's so many people that they just dive in headfirst so fast and spend so much big money. Like it's okay to collect the small end stuff, right? And like break retail boxes. Like, everybody wants these big high-end cards, but there's a lot of money outside of collecting to be made in the $10 to $20 cards that you find on eBay, and they go up in a month or two, and you bought 20 of those cards and they went up $20. Like, that's lunch money. But lunch money, like, I love lunch money personally. Yeah. It adds up so fast.
I mean, I think so. Like, Diego was talking about like how to like jump in, and you said to do research. It's like you have Isaiah and Scott, like basically in mine and Diego's ear for like the last 2 weeks, just like get in. And for the last couple days, I just every time you posted, I just went and read everything first. It's like I read basically the entirety of the post, and then I went and asked Isaiah questions like because part of it's like I still don't know what any of this means.
Yeah.
I'm like reading like, okay, 65 per spot, and then Isaiah's like, that's a raffle. I'm like, okay, so what's the difference between the raffle and then buying into the spot? It's like one of those things where, I mean, like you said, the research, just so you understand, you're not just like going in there with the blind eye and then you're just confused when things are happening.
No, that's actually a really good point, because there's so many people, because our stream is kind of an anomaly with how fast breaks fill. I don't think you really see that most other places where I post a break and it's filled in 5 seconds. So for a new person, that makes it kind of tough. It's like, okay, all I see is $65. I have no idea what the product is. I have no idea what the format is. But if I want to get involved, like, I have to comment as fast as I can. And in that aspect, I feel bad. I don't like that aspect. Like, it's awesome for us as a business that they fill so fast. But as a new customer, man, that is tough. Like, for me, like, I can't buy into that. I can't just throw money at something I have no idea what's even going on in a matter of 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I was the other day, same thing. I was like looking, and I was like, okay, so it's comment. I went and I opened it up, and then I refreshed it, and then all of a sudden it was like 40 comments. And I was like, whoa.
I know.
Like, and it's like all these numbers. I'm like, that's nuts, because that's seconds, and then it's boom, done. I mean, that's, as someone who you can look at something through a business standpoint, that's unbelievable. That's just, you can just pump numbers all day long. And that's huge. But for, like, as you were saying, that's tough for like you with the community and like, continuing to gain fans. I mean, eventually people can get in there, once they start understanding more, and they can just be the first one to jump in.
Right.
But I think, like they were saying with your community, I don't think some may care, but for the most part, if everyone's as helpful or as they just enjoy it the way it is, I don't think most people are going to truly be upset. Just because, if you have the right community, it doesn't matter, if you're in every single one. You just want to be to enjoy and share in the moment, like relish in the time that you're spending with everyone, and giving everybody a reason to take a load off, watch something fun, learn a little bit more about cards, watch try to get something. I think that's, as a community member, that's awesome to see.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm glad you said that about reading the post, because I think a lot of people don't read them. They just DM me and they're like, how do you get into a break? And truthfully, I take the time to talk to everybody, and I take a lot of pride in that. I think it separates us from everybody else. A lot of the big breakers, I'm sure, don't respond. I respond to every single DM that we get personally myself, because it's just so important to teach people. I'm a big person at teaching people and making sure people understand the hobby and are not just, like I told you guys, jumping in head first, have no idea what's going on. But I think if you actually, like, who cares if you miss out on a couple breaks? Like, take the time to read through the post. I laid it all out. I have all the information there of how it works. And then when you understand it, you can kind of see one that maybe doesn't fill in 5 seconds. And then you can get involved.
Yeah.
And the more you get involved, the more you understand better. But I will say, I think a big part of why our stuff fills so fast is we've built the trust and the reputation that people don't feel like they need to even look at the price, because they know that my breaks are pretty much priced under market compared to everywhere else. So as long as it's a product they want to get into, they're fine just trusting whatever I put up on the page.
Yeah, that just comes with getting to know your business and being consistent with you as you are with everyone else. That's just. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, that was just one of the things I noticed too. Like, I DM'd you before even talking about the podcast, and you responded pretty quickly and got right back to me. So that's one of the things I noticed too. Like, is you're very involved. You're not like, and that's a big thing too. A lot of people, whenever they get bigger on that platform, they kind of just step back a little bit and let everything kind of just happen naturally. But you still stay engaged and involved with it, which I personally love.
And I hope I can carry that. Like, right now, I get about 50 to 100 DMs a day. So, like, it's starting to get to a point. It's getting out of hand, and it's crazy.
Getting
but
too big. Need a social media manager.
But hopefully we move to the website soon and Twitch.
Nice.
That's my goals after the card show. Everybody keeps telling me like, Ferg, you gotta get on Twitch. Like you gotta go to Twitch. You can monetize everything over there. People give you tips when they hit big cards, and like
exactly.
That's a whole nother world for me, man.
Exactly.
Tell us about your favorite card in your PC.
What's that?
Your favorite card in your PC.
It's in the other room. I can grab it. It's a monster. It's,
let's see it.
I'm just gonna guess.
I'll grab it. I'll grab it. Give me
I gotta see it.
Yeah, give me a moment here.
Man, LeBron James.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G, baby.
He's like my most valuable card. Jimmy G.
Imagine. Should I set up my boys real quick?
Yeah. Get yours ready.
Diego, you've been drinking that same cup of coffee for so long. There's no way there's anything in it.
Look, this is humble me, man. This is where like my biggest LeBron stuff is in this plastic container.
Keep it safe. You gotta keep it safe.
I was on your Twitter yesterday, man, and I saw your pinned tweet. It is insane. Your LeBron collection.
Yeah, I used to do shoes and everything too.
Yeah. That's how I got started, just doing shoes and stuff, and then.
That's actually a good point. I'm glad we hit on that. I think that's a big part of what kind of started us being able to break so fast. Is I had like 1,800 followers, I think, when I started breaking. So nothing too crazy, but more than the average person on Instagram that's trying to start up like a profile or a business on a social media account. And the big thing was that so many shoe people are into shoes because they're into sports, and that correlates directly into the trading card market. So I had shoe people that were ready to buy into breaks right away. I think that makes it tough for people that are entering, that are trying to break. It's so difficult to build a community from scratch with how many people that break right now.
Well, especially because you can't really trust the person, right? You don't know, am I actually going to get this card? Can I actually send this person money? But like you said, you already had that community behind you, and it kind of just made things so much easier for you. But
yeah, for sure. So I grabbed a couple.
Go ahead.
Let's see it.
I want to see. I gotta see it.
Yeah, I'm on the laptop because this was like super last minute and everything. But I'll come on again sometime. So this is, and we'll get a better. It's so hard to see, man. There's a Topps Chrome LeBron rookie. I bought that when I was a kid for $100. I gotta get it sent in for grading.
Wow.
Yeah, the raw version goes for like 4,000 or 5,000, I think now, and the 10's up to around 35 grand.
Jeez.
And so my man Kev's Cards made me a custom 101, which is pretty fire as well. He does some really dope 101 work. He's on Instagram also, Kev's Cards. And then this is like my holy grail. It took me a while to get a hold of something like this. I think you can see it without a glare.
Oh yeah.
So it's got 4 game use patches where it says Cavs over here. And then over here is a patch. It's a double color patch. It's signed by LeBron. And then it's 10 out of 10. So there's only 10 of those. That is the only LeBron autographed booklet that I've seen since I started breaking.
Man, that's a crazy card right there.
Dang.
Man.
Yeah, man.
I'm one of the biggest LeBron fans. So like just seeing that card is crazy.
I know everybody keeps asking me like, you got to do a night where like you show off your PC, your shoes, and your cards and everything. So I need to get that lined up. I think I'm gonna do it once I get some cards back from PSA. I sent like 500 LeBrons to PSA 2 months ago.
Wow, so, you got a serious collection of LeBron. What the?
Yeah,
heck?
I was buying all that stuff when I was a kid though. It was like $1 or $2 for his base stuff, and like even his base stuff's like $50-$60 a card now. Michaela's like, you gotta sell some of it. No, I'm not selling that.
It's hard when you like hold something so valuable to just like
it is
like no matter if the size of anything doesn't matter if it's so valuable to you personally. Like it's like
right.
I can't get rid of that stuff. Like I still have things from when I was a kid that's so useless today that like it's too valuable for me to just get rid of. Like it means too much.
So
yeah, for sure.
With LeBron, it looks like you're a huge LeBron fan. I gotta ask, what's your favorite team? You have a favorite team? Or are you more of like a favorite
wherever LeBron's been at? That's been my favorite team.
And I kind of sensed that too, and that's how I was for the longest time. I took over the Minnesota Timberwolves. You can kind of see.
Dude, nice.
We got the Anthony Edwards jersey on, but
yeah.
And I saw you pulled that Anthony Edwards auto the other day as well. Man, that was
huge.
Yeah,
the Edwards was a sick hit for sure.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a stud. I think he's got a big career ahead of him.
For
But
sure.
yeah, I just kind of basketball's always been my sport as a kid. That's what I played growing up. So
Okay.
LeBron was a hometown guy, so that's always who I followed.
Yeah, because you're
He
from
went to
Canton, Ohio,
Miami.
exactly. For sure.
He went to Miami.
Was it tough when he left Cleveland and came back and then left again?
Yeah, it was tough.
But hey,
for
he
sure,
got that ring for him.
He did.
I know. I had to make that decision when he left. Like, dude, you gonna support the Cavs or the Heat? I'm like, I'm following LeBron.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
you have to.
It wasn't too tough for me because that was my guy, and so I supported the Heat. And then he came back, and that second stint when he was back was awesome. It was crazy. I don't know how often you guys have heard me talk about it, but I mentioned it a couple times in a live stream. I had season tickets the year that they won a championship.
Nice.
So I was at every single home playoff game. I flew out to Toronto. I flew out to Indiana. I flew out to Boston. And I sat next to the bench when he passed Michael Jordan in all-time playoff scoring. It was pretty dope because I don't even know how it happened either. And the whole row that I sat in Boston was Cavs fans. And it was 2 rows next to the bench. Like LeBron came over and gave us a salute when he passed Mike. It was dope.
That's
and then I went out to Game 7 in Golden State too.
Man, you know what's crazy?
We're all from the Bay Area,
Yeah,
man.
we're
So-
all from that area.
We're all from the West Coast. But hey, that's so crazy. First team to ever come back from being down 3-1. Man, what an accomplishment. You got to see that Game 7 for it. That's insane.
That was a crazy experience, man.
What about football? You have a favorite team in football?
The Packers now.
Okay, I was gonna say you gotta go with AJ Dillon wherever he.
Hey, it is. I never had a favorite football team. The Browns suck. And I truthfully never really watched football growing up, and then 3 or 4 years ago, I really got heavy into sports gambling. So it eats at me. I wish I was still able to do it.
Well,
that's tough, man. You look at it every day, and it's like, ooh, there's something good brewing today.
Yes.
Isaiah already knows what's coming. If you're interested in getting any kind of bets, I run a betting page on Instagram, Broski Bets. Just type it in there. We got our slate already up for today. So if you guys want some bets, head on.
Oh yeah, I'll check it out for sure. And I don't know, maybe we get some implemented with the Discord server too, if you guys would be open to it.
Yeah, I would love it. Let's do it.
Yeah, we can dive into that for sure. But what were we hitting on before that? My favorite football team. Yeah, so just the Packers, man. I'm all about supporting people that support you. AJ has supported us more than any other athlete probably ever will. And so that's my team now. It's my squad.
Not a bad team to represent. Aaron Rodgers
for sure.
It over there. Man. I mean, that team is – I'm a Niners fan, so Green Bay, whatever.
I'm a Vikings fan, so I got some –
it's just a lot of heat over there. And we got 2 Raider fans too. They don't really matter.
You guys are Raiders fans?
Of course, man. You hooked it up. My first break ever. I think it was dice rolls. You hooked me up with a Henry Ruggs and Lynn Bowden because I didn't have the best dice rolls, so you hooked me up with the Lynn Bowden and Henry Ruggs.
Dice rolls, man. I gotta get back to those.
Yep. All right, we went a little bit over our time. I appreciate you coming on, man. Hit you with a couple quick hitters, real quick, man. Who you got winning the finals? I'm like, if you
Lakers,
say the
man.
Lakers, man, but come on.
That's easy. The Lakers.
Still got Braun winning MVP, even though he's hurt now. So
Nah, I don't think he'll get MVP anymore, unfortunately.
He's got the Finals MVP, huh?
Yeah, for sure. That's all that matters, right? Yeah, it's gonna solidify his legacy even more, though, if they take down the Nets. That's gonna be a crazy accomplishment.
And I'm a big Braun fan. I hate Braun haters, and I just hate that they're gonna be able to use this as ammo if he does.
Oh,
lose.
100%.
I hate.
I know, man.
The Nets are just
it's always ammo. Like no matter what it is, if anything, like he loses, it's like he's not good enough. He's not better than Michael Jordan. Like it, no matter what.
I know.
It's literally how the world works. It's like you just find one small reason to just attack.
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
All right, man. We appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys having me. Anytime you want to have me back, let me know. I'll always make time for it. It's a dope little podcast you got going on.
Really appreciate that, Ferg. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be following your journey as well. So we'll definitely stay in touch. I would love to have you back on here, and maybe we can get some big pools from us, and we can show them off to the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be awesome.
Everyone, check out Rated Rips. Rated Rips on Instagram. Check it out.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. You want to plug anything, Ferg, before you take off?
Do it.
Yeah. The Rated Rips page on Instagram. That's where we run all the box breaks right now. You can check us out on ratedrips.com too. We'll have some merchandise going up this week. And then we're hosting a card show April 17th in Canton, Ohio from 9 to 4. Ready Rips community will be coming out. AJ Dillon will be there. It should be a good time. Got about 80 vendor tables. And that's about it for us right now. Staying
Looks
busy.
like I'm buying a plane ticket right now.
Hey,
My
see you
man.
in Ohio.
I got
Awesome,
nothing going
Bird.
on in April.
All right, then we appreciate you, Ferg.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Take care. Thanks for Michael for joining us. Hopefully we'll get him on again soon. Rated Rips on Instagram. Make sure you guys check it out.
Big
A lot of good things happening.
Hey, let me talk about what my
There's
Super Bowl
nothing in there.
prediction-
You didn't even swallow it.
He's been faking it the whole time.
The whole time he's been faking it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let me throw in my Super Bowl prediction right quick. You feel me? I got the Buffalo Bills versus the Arizona Cardinals, and the Cardinals winning the bowl. Give Larry that Super Bowl, hopefully, if he stays.
Okay.
That's
Who you
a,
guys
I mean,
got?
Isaiah, who you got?
that's a good prediction.
Isaiah, who you rolling with Super Bowl?
I can't hear you, dog.
Can't hear you.
Can't. What?
Into the mic.
You can hear me now.
Yeah.
You can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. You're crazy if you do. He's going to the Super Bowl. I don't care what you guys say. He's going to the Super Bowl.
So who from the NFC do you got?
That one's a little bit tougher. I want to say the Packers. I had the Packers last year, but the NFC's gotten a lot stronger this year. So you still got the Cardinals, the Packers, the Rams. The Rams were a quarterback away last year, I think, from going to the Super Bowl. And you still got the Seahawks. And so, but I'm going to go with the Packers.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say you got to stick with the theme. Like AJ Dillon, we're talking about all this Packers stuff. You got to stick with it. Josh, who you got?
I mean, it's gonna sound biased. I think a healthy Niners team is still the best team in the NFC.
Here
That's
we
the
go.
truth. I think NFC. Hey, look,
right.
hey, this is my prediction. I don't.
I'll
care.
go to my prediction now. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I don't have to say
No,
anything.
Go ahead.
Wait, go,
Uh,
Josh.
I think the NFC Championship game is gonna be Niners Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers returning all 22 starters is that's gonna be a tough team to beat regardless of who you are. But I'm gonna roll with my gut. I think healthy Niners team makes it to the Super Bowl in the NFC. I don't see the Chiefs making it. They still don't have any tackles. So Patrick Mahomes is going to get chased around all day long. I think I see Bills, Niners. That's just Josh Allen and that team. They're continuing to get better over there in the AFC East. So I think Niners, Bills. And I'd like to say the Niners win it so I can open up this bad boy. But yeah, that's my prediction. I see Niners Bills in Super Bowl 2021 or 2022 when that Super Bowl will be
All right,
happening.
Shotty Scotty.
God damn, fix your mic, bro. Your mic. You sound like
What is going on, Robot Scott?
you sound
That
like
sound
a
like
you sounded like a transformer, dude.
Just unplug, plug back in.
Unplug it, plug it back in. This is you sound like freaking Optimus Prime.
Dude, that's Optimus Prime.
Hey, am I back?
Nope.
No.
All right, hey, type out your.
Yeah, just type it out. We'll read it for you.
Come on now.
Leave and come
Is it
back.
actually
Leave
bad?
and zoom and come back.
Yeah, like it's bad. It's bad,
All right,
bad.
cut
Oh,
this
you
out.
got it.
You're
There it
back.
is.
You're back. You're back.
There
you're
it
back.
is. There it is.
Oh,
Don't do
oh.
anything else. Just talk.
Okay. Will you cut this part out?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't want to sound like a robot. Shit. All right. Well, I'm gonna be a little bit more real with my prediction.
You got the Vikings.
I do have the Vikings and the Bills in the Super Bowl.
I
so,
knew you guys were gonna do that.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
I
dead
mean,
ass?
I'm being dead ass, bro.
Damn.
Vikings signed Patrick Peterson. Their defense looking a little
Scott,
bit
Scott,
better.
Scott,
They got that
Scott,
experience.
Scott,
Mike Zimmer is ready to win that Super Bowl. I think Vikings go up in there and they whoop on the Bills. Stephon Diggs wishes he stayed in Minnesota.
No,
Uh,
bruh. All
Lock
right,
it in now.
I'm changing it. Raiders, Cardinals, Raiders winning it. Let's go, baby.
I say me looking at the Niners a little more like I may be biased, but I think the Niners are still better than the Vikings.
what the hell?
Scott doesn't actually believe the Vikings are going to the Super Bowl. Just
Water
I do
bet.
actually believe
Water
that.
bet.
He does.
I do actually
Repeat
believe
water
that.
bet.
bro.
Josh, there's no way you actually, bro. Jimmy G
I
is not
do.
going to take him there, and the
Has he taken
rookie
them there
quarterback
before?
and
He
the
did
rookie
take them there
quarterback.
before.
Yeah,
water
but a
bet.
run team. The rookie quarterback you guys draft is not going to take you there either.
Jimmy's taken him to the Super Bowl. He's been to the Super Bowl. Like he,
All right, then. Hey, we had a good podcast. That was a good debate we had going on. I'm gonna let my
what
boy.
debate? That wasn't a debate. it
I'm
was
gonna let my
predictions.
boy Shotty Scotty finish us off. Let's get
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you guys for stopping in for episode 5 now, guys, right?
Episode
Man,
5.
we've been killing it. I'm loving these podcasts. I hope you guys are all enjoying them as well. We're going to sign out here for today. But yeah, guys, tune in next week. Next Sunday, we're going to have another crazy podcast for you. It will be dropping on Monday. You guys can listen to it on Apple Music, Spotify, and then also on Tuesday morning. You guys can always be ready for our YouTube post. Make sure you guys are tuning in for these. Turn the bell on. Get that notification whenever we get everything live for you guys. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Where else would you guys want your sports takes from? Later.